Well, I want to bring you an update on Donald Trump canceling the credit bureaus, and it is in full effect. But it might be switching out something now that's even worse. So, as you guys know, I have my elite credit system with my group members. And so I constantly get updates on what's going on in the credit system. Now, this is an important announcement. Please share this video to people that you know, especially if you're going to rent an apartment, even going over into getting a home, even with credit cards and lending. There's some big changes, and it is not to the better. This might actually be a trap with the canceling of the credit bureaus, and they're swapping it out for something much more sinister. So if you're new to this channel and like credit information, consider subscribing to this channel. And if you have hard inquiries, you can go to my website and download this free hard inquiry removal package. I'll leave that link in the description of the video and in the pinned comment section. Now, what's going on now? They're replacing credit bureaus with now an AI type of software that's creating your credit score. These individual software, namely Plaid. Now, if you ever connected to Plaid, they're collecting your data still if you did not disconnect from them. This data, they're building credit scores that they are selling to the banks and lenders. So just like the credit bureaus, they're building profiles on you. And you gave them permission when you connected for those things that you needed, just like getting apartments. A lot of them now are using Plaid to so-called verify your identity and your income. But this is a trap and a setup. And I have people being denied right now for apartments and things that they need because of this data that's being collected. Now, let me read this article to you so you guys can know how to prepare yourself. Plaid Lens Score, unlocking insights never used before in credit scoring. The data that makes up someone's full financial picture is more complex than ever before. Income is more variable, expenses fluctuate, and financial activity is spread across a growing number of platforms. But why is so much of that data still missing from credit decisions? This is why we introduced Plaid Lending Score, a first of its kind credit risk score that uses real-time cash flow data and unique account connections insights from the Plaid network to give lenders an up-to-date view of borrowers' risk. With nearly 1 million connections made daily, Plaid network provides differentiated signals about a borrower's financial health that can power market-leading predictive models delivered through our customer reporting agency. LendScore is a smart way to assess risk and offer consumers the chance to share a more complete picture of their financial lives, helping expand access to credit. A new dimension of credit risk scoring. Traditional credit scores still matter, but they rely on historical data and miss what's happening right now in a borrower's financial life. Lenders increasingly see them as just part of the picture. LendScore takes a fundamentally different approach to evaluate credit risk by leveraging cash flow insights, income patterns, and financial account connections to reveal a borrower's real-time financial story. This makes LendScore suitable to use alongside traditional scores to enhance credit decisions. Our first model, LS1, is trained on data set of nearly 1 billion transactions to predict the likelihood of default in 12 months for unsecured loans. Additionally, we pattern with Fair Play, a provider of advanced AI fairness techniques used by banks and fintechs to complete an independent assessment of our model. After a borrower consents to share their banking account data via Plaid Link, lenders can call our API to receive a score from 1 to 99, along with adverse action reason codes to support the FCRA and the ECOA compliance. So you might be saying, basically, what does this mean? It means that when you've been connecting to Plaid, they've been spying on your spending. So when you connect to Plaid, they're looking at all your financial spending. So understand with your FICO scores, they really don't know how much you spend for in groceries. Say if you're a person that's diabetic and you're paying for insulin every month, they don't see that. With Plaid and this new scoring model, they're basically looking at all your spending and then determine, can you afford credit? Can you afford this product or even this apartment or this mortgage, and they give you a scoring risk. So if you're a person with children and you're buying consistently $500 a month in groceries, that's not on your credit report. But guess what? Plaid now would pick that up and put it in your scoring data because they're looking at how much cash you got left over every month from all your spending habits. Even someone that went for an apartment for rent, they're looking at how much money that you have left over every month from your spending habits, where that does not show up on your credit report. For instance, if you're paying rent right now, everybody rent is not showing up on your credit report. So on that credit application, hey, you might put down, I pay $500 a month in rent when you really pay $1,000. How much you pay in rent actually plays out in how much you can afford in their eyes. How much do you have left over? When you're connecting to Plaid, they're even looking at when your accounts overdraw. So if you're in a person in a financial strait right now, if you're a couple, if you can, at possible best, you need to cash flow with accounts together. Because if people don't work together, if you're not connecting or adding on to a parent's bank account who might have savings, being add on just as an additional person, as an owner of that bank account, that can be a way for you to get more approvals because they're asking you to connect to all your bank accounts to decide how much you can afford. This is going to play out moving forward and you getting credit cards and you getting housing where with FICO scores, they could not see all of this. People paying child support, it might not necessarily show up on your credit report if you're paying it on time, but now they're going to see it coming out of your account and other things that you think don't matter. Like I said earlier, medication, your insulin, how much you're paying in groceries. And even if you're sending a child in college money every month, they're going to count that against you when that's not on your credit report. And with these buy now, pay laters, it's really itching at them that they're all not reporting. They don't want you to have loans outside the lending system because they want to feel like they can control you. Even right now with all these government layoffs and furloughs, they're going to count that against you because when they're looking even to approve you for apartments, they're connecting and looking for your direct deposits and where that income is coming in from that account. So if you have some missed payments for a month with this government shutdown, that can bite you in the behind later on or play a part in your credit decisions. So now, they want to get in the nitty gritty of your personal life. So you want to be careful on where you're connecting with this stuff and make sure you disconnect from Plaid after you use it. If you need to for apartments, because they're using it. A lot of these companies are using Plaid to verify even your identity and your pay stubs. They're using this now. Make sure you disconnect from that because even in that article, it's saying it's tracking your spending. They're taking everybody a picture of spending habits and they're using this to make their own credit agency. So they're really taking our data and we're thinking that it's innocent, but they're using it to work against all of us. So please be aware. Understand what you're spending. This is how they're looking at it. Try not to let your accounts go overdrawn. And if you have child support, maybe not pay it out of the account your deposits are coming in because you guys, they're looking to count all of this against us and it's getting more sinister. So hopefully this information is helpful. If you have questions or comments, leave it in the comment section. But more detailed questions for me, you can go to my website and all your questions go directly to my cell phone. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.